Hey, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hi, High Priestess. Hi, Aggie. Hi, Linda. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Kevin. We had some people commenting yesterday. You all were excited. So we'll let a few more people get in here, and then we'll start talking about how the circus came to East Tennessee, because it is a circus. It's almost like a few people forgot that a 5-year-old is missing.
That's what it's really turned into. It's turned into with the fraud and the grifters and psychics, and it's just really turned into a shit show. And it's no longer about Summer at this point.
It's too much. It's just too much. And I don't blame the sheriff for being so angry. I mean, it's just like he's going to blow a blood vessel any minute.
Well, they can't really get any leads because of all the BS that people are reporting. Oh my God, somebody's seen a yellow bird and that's a sign of summer. So summer's right there. Seriously, you're reporting that to the cops?
Yeah, exactly.
So much resources are being wasted on these crazy ideas from people.
Yep.
That's why they said credible tips. I mean, credible.
We'll look at a couple of comments before we get started. Britt said, sickening how many people are making money off this tragic situation. Yep, well, not this camp, but there was a few, and we're going to talk about one in particular.
And it's crazy. It is crazy. I don't get where people have to turn tragedies into income for themselves.
Opportunists.
It happens every time there's a case. Every time a child goes missing or there's a murder, or they come out of the woodwork. It's like they sit back and they hope, okay, who's going to die tomorrow? What tragedy is going to happen? We need to pay the power bill. We need to pay our car payment. Seriously?
Mm-hmm. Well, when you catch people at a weak moment, they'll do anything. They think in their mind, they're helping. You know, when you virtue signal someone, some people are like, no. Mm-mm. But then there's some people that make them feel like they're a part of it. So we'll get to that in a second.
I sent you a text. Did you just get that?
I turned my phone off. Let me look.
Okay, because I want to go into that statement that I have circled there. So if we can put that up, that would be great.
Okay.
It's about Mr. Donald Wells, who has been very verbal on Facebook, considering there's a gag order. If he does have representation, which would be for the boys' CPS, that has nothing to do with Summer's case. Nothing. And a pro bono attorney isn't going to guide them on anything outside the realm other than the boys.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I think we have enough people in here. So did everybody see Chris's interview? He didn't have Don in person, but he spoke to him via phone and basically just broke down the transcript for everyone. I'm sure most people did. I'm not going to stream it. I'm not going to play it or anything like that. But there was a lot of stuff in it that really raised my eyebrows. Okay?
But were we not expecting this? This case has so many twists and turns. Do we not expect? I mean, our jaw doesn't drop anymore because we expect
this one, I will say this one dropped my jaw. I couldn't believe it. I especially couldn't believe, and we'll get to that in a minute, the way that Donald has lashed out at Chris McDonough, who has done nothing but basically the TBI is having a field day with these interviews.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
We can all agree on that. However you feel about the interview room, however you feel about Chris, the TBI is having a field day. So one thing Don said, because he kept saying he was told not to talk, et cetera, et cetera. But then he told Chris that he can talk about Summer, but he can't talk about the boys. Well, that makes perfect sense, correct?
Absolutely.
They want him to talk about Summer because they're piecing everything together to try to find this little girl. The boys they're accounted for. They're with Child Protective Services.
Let's get into the boys for a second there.
Absolutely.
As Dawn has clearly stated, the boys are in the best place for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what the situation is. My child is best off with me.
Yep.
Say I'm selfish, say I'm whatever. I know I'm a good parent. So, to come out and say, and he wants to make it because the crazies are around. This has nothing to do with the crazies. Don got drunk, high, whatever. And as he says, he has a temper. So something went down at that house. If I'm not mistaken, it was rumored that night that the police had been out. I think maybe Candace said it somewhere. The police had been to the house. Not saying it was about that, but she said the other night the police were at the house. And that would coincide with the boys being taken about, the night Don did his thing. Thank you, Mama Kay.
Oh, thank you, Mama Kay.
So, with that being said, obviously Don did something crazy. He has a temper. He's always he continues to admit that. He loses his cool. Candace continues to say that the boys being taken weren't over Summer, which we can pretty much assume it's because Don went crazy.
He admitted to this. He's got a hot temper.
Yes.
He admitted he's battled with certain demons. I also think the condition of the house could be a part of it.
Sure, absolutely. But, CPS or whatever they call it there, they've known of the conditions of that house.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm just getting a bad feeling off of that. And if something did happen, if maybe he abused Candace or the boys or something like that night, or maybe he just went on a rant by himself, who knows? I'm speculating here. If there was anything physical that happened or very verbal that psychologically hurt anyone or physically hurt anyone on the property, why aren't there criminal charges?
I'm wondering that myself. And Linda has something I've been thinking about over and over. She said, I'm wondering if the boys were interviewed recently again. Now that they're away from Don and Candace, things are going to come back to them, things that they've overheard, things that went down that day. I'm still waiting on a timeline of what went on from when they got done swimming to the planting flowers story.
Well, supposedly it was 80, all these loads of laundry. Candace did see that one time, but who knows? I mean, I can't tell you exactly everything I done yesterday, but my child's not missing. Mm-hmm. I know I went here. I know I went there. I know I went to lunch. But realistically, when you're at home and you're just doing house stuff, sometimes you really don't care. Candace doesn't have a job. She doesn't have timelines and deadlines and things like that to do like normal people do. I'm at home all the time with my son, and I have a general idea what time it is. But I don't look at the clock all the time.
Did you, Kat, or anybody in chat, are you getting the feel from Chris that he sympathizes with Candace somewhat?
I think the narrative that, or Chris's mindset, I'm not a mind reader. Uh-huh. I'm not psychic in any way. Just want to put that out there.
Well, if you are, put your Cash App up, please.
Yes, please. I need the donations. Anyway, I feel that Chris is going along the lines that Candace is battered and abused. I firmly feel that Candace can give as much as she takes. She has domestic violence charges too. Look, all people are going to fuss and fight and argue. I'm not saying it's okay to be abusive in any way, but all people are going to fuss and fight and argue. But This is the only domestic violence call in the 15 years they've been together. Right. The one with Jose. So, Candace has every opportunity. Okay, in my situation, my ex owned a business and nothing was in my name. I didn't have a bank account, any access to any money, anything. I was not allowed a vehicle. If I did not go to work with him that day, I was literally locked in the house. I had no way to go, no phone, no nothing. I mean, it was very controlling, very abusive. And I know all situations aren't the same, but if Candace was that controlled, would she be picking a 15-year-old boy up? Would she be spending Don's money buying him twisted tea and vapes? Would she, be laying on a bed rubbing his head? Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
This is a woman that has an access, and she does have a way to get away. Grandma's there with the camper. You hook up to the camper and you pull it away and you leave. And right now, she has no kids to worry about. There's no reason. And abusers don't just up and leave their family because they can control that family. They don't up and leave their home. That's theirs. I mean, it was willed to Dawn, not Candace. I know marital property, blah, blah, blah. But either way, he left and went to Utah. So abusers don't do that. They don't leave the situation that they have control of to go to an unknown situation.
And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I wouldn't want to meet Candace in a dark alley. Scare the hell out of me.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to do it. I mean, I think that they both dish it out. And I just think it depends on, what substance they have in their system. Because, Candace was her first interview. I couldn't really make a lot out of it. It was almost like she had like a real thick tongue,
She was on something. She was medicated.
But now with Chris,
we did get a different side of Candace. We did.
He might have told her, if you've had anything to drink, if you've taken anything today, we can't do this. He may have. I'm not saying, I don't know the guy, but she was lucid.
But Candace didn't have Grandma or Dawn around also. Linda made a good point here. They're saying they're struggling because of a $600 car payment. Well, right now, everybody's getting that child tax credit, which is $250 if they're over 5, I think. So that's 4 boys, 3 of the boys right there. That's $750. Plus, they're getting is it $3 or $350 for summer? Either way, just say $300. That's $1,050 extra dollars. The house was willed to them. What bills do they literally have? He's struggling to make a car payment. We'll get your ass to work. You haven't been out looking for summer, but you have not been working, Dawn. Pull your big boy panties up. Go to work.
I need to find the screenshot where Don's actually calling out his family about who borrowed money from his dad. He's got the land and things like that. His dad is still alive. He can change that at any time.
Exactly.
Do you think Grandpa at some point is going to say, look, Summer's missing, and that place is a crime scene. And so it's going to go somewhere else. What really made my jaw drop in this interview is that Don actually admitted to sexual contact with his own niece.
Absolutely.
He made it sound like it was no big deal. It was consensual. Something about we were out riding dirt bikes. And I couldn't believe he said that. And he tried to normalize it.
He can't recall. I don't recall if I tried to sell my 2 kids. Here's my take on something. This kind of crossed my mind, and I just want to put it out there. I believe Dawn's stepsister said that, her mom and Dawn's dad got together, and those girls, I don't know how many siblings there are, but that side of the family, the step brothers and sisters, there was, I think, 4 or 5. I can't recall. Anyway, they were pretty young. So
Okay.
that man has known those kids his whole life.
Mingo said he admitted to the stepsister, not the niece.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they were pretty young, so dad's been around them pretty much their entire life. So why is Don the one to get the will? Why is Don the one to get everything? He's absent from the picture. It seems to me like the stepkids are the ones that are doing the day-to-day living with the mom and dad. Where is it Don's right to get this? And now, did Don think he was getting cut out of the will? So maybe hid Summer somewhere for sympathy for dad? But now he does post something else on Facebook. His life was great, and he was driving trucks with his dad at 6 years old and all this kind of bull. And then, I mean, just a great life till his parents split up. But he talks about all the things he did with dad, driving, I guess, a big truck, and he couldn't shift the gears and this type of stuff. And then when his parents divorced, his life went to hell. He had no role model, no guidance, and he blames. He pretty much says, I'm this way because my parents split up. He has to project the blame on somebody else. I had no guidance. I didn't know what I was doing, this type of stuff. And it's all BS. If you and dad are still so close, and these things you did with your dad, just because your mom and dad split up, dad's still there. So where is that the tragedy? I can't remember exactly what it said. Okay, it's right here. I think it's the one I just sent you. Why does
Well,
so
actually,
many...
I can put this on the screen. I want to discuss this real quick. Hang on. I want everyone to see it.
And this is what I'm referring to when she puts this up. But then Dawn
Let's read it really quick.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Donald, even though he said he wasn't supposed to talk to anybody, but then he clarified that he can talk about Summer, just not the boys. He's been on a rampage, if you guys know.
Oh, yeah.
Why do so many people want to prove to everyone and prove to me that there's no good in me? What do you get out of that? I was so confident. I used to unload semi-trucks, and Dad would let me drive them when I was 6 years old. Couldn't shift, but he'd set the throttle and jump back in the sleeper. Once my parents divorced, it seems most everyone tries to convince me I'm no good. Why? I went through hell, had no guidance. Just many people saying I'm no good. You start believing it. Summer changed all that. She loved unconditionally, and now she's gone. My boys are awesome too. I was building a life, and people respected me, doing everything right. Now people want to believe I'm no good. Not all people, but those hurtful words are hard to ignore. Let's talk about this. Summer changed all that. She loved me unconditionally, and now she's gone.
Okay. Summer changed all that. Don said somewhere he had like total kids with stepkids and everything, like 30-something kids. I mean, it was an absurd number. Why didn't your first two kids change you? I mean, Summer isn't the first daughter he's had. Biologically, I think Don has, we know of the two with in the scenario that he tried to give away or whatever. And then we know of these four. So that's at least 6 kids. I don't know how many more. But it took your youngest being born to change that. Why? Why? Why,
and
Dawn?
that's an advanced age. Let's remember, they're not spring chickens here.
Exactly. So, which way did Summer change? Did make your life that way unconditionally? I just can see some sinister things in this, especially when she's 5. And yes, we let our kids sleep with us. My son is 8, and occasionally he just wants mommy time, and he gets in the bed with me and sleeps with me.
And I didn't have that didn't raise any flags for me.
Well, when I lived
outside, I mean, all kinds of stuff. Kids will get in bed with mom and dad. It's,
But every night, and, we look at the things. Summer's head was shaved. Well, maybe that's, it's been put out there, the sexual attraction that maybe Donda had to her. Why was Candace going to give her up to Candace's mother for adoption? Because she was a girl. Is it Candace didn't want a girl, or she was scared of what? I can take this and I can look at, with all his ramblings and the way he is, it could be of a sexual nature. Not that it is. That's a hypothetical. I'm putting it out there because at this point, we can't throw any scenarios out. We just can't. And Dawn, why aren't you looking? Why aren't these people begging and pleading and looking for their child? Why aren't they doing something, putting flyers up? Dawn went and took the banner from the church. Why?
I don't understand that either, and I don't know why he isn't attending these vigils.
Maybe he's at work. I know the day of one vigil, he was at a drive-thru ordering lunch when I think it was Jeff Bobo went on with him, called him as he was at a drive-thru ordering, and I believe that was the same day of the vigil. So I assume like he was on a lunch break from work. I don't know. But money shouldn't be an issue. Supposedly he makes good money. He's a drywall finisher. I think the average in Tennessee for a drywall worker was like $46,000. When you don't have rent, you just have minimal bills. The stimulus money. I mean, there's 6 of them.
That's
What
a
was
lot of
that?
money.
$10,000. I mean, how many lump sums like that with the stimulus, just in stimulus alone, and to be behind on your bills? Where did the money go?
I couldn't tell you because they didn't fix up the house. I would have had a dump truck. I would have had a dumpster and everything there.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to read some here in chat.
Yeah, me too. Smokey just said, my little one runs into our bed sometimes. Now, I've always had a strict no CO sleeping rule. I just like a sleeping and us space, but sometimes, well, yeah. So he did confirm that the night that Summer went missing, they did take blood from both him and Candace. And again, there's Candace, there's the bus, and he rolls her over. He said she tested positive for pot.
Doesn't say what he tested positive for.
He never mentions him.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, he threw that out there.
Did you guys catch where Dawn said that David Dotson was still on the plate?
I didn't understand that at all.
I took that to mean because Chris said, David Dotson's still on Dawn's plate, as if I kind of took it to mean that Dawn thinks David Dotson could be involved. Now, if that were the case, why would you let this man take your kids? I don't see, if my child just went missing, my other kids wouldn't leave my sight.
No.
Why do you just let people take your kids? And, family's one thing. If there were a crisis, if I had family, if my sister was still alive, my sister would probably come get my kids and say, you need a break, deal with your missing child. I'm going to take the other kids for a bit. Something like that. But Dawn keeps saying, I surround myself with good people, as if Dawn thinks he is a good person. I mean, Dawn, do you not see this whole scenario, what the whole world is seeing? Your house is a wreck. It's unsafe. It's a fire hazard. You don't wash your kids. You don't bathe your kids. You don't put the right size clothes on them. All these many, many things that all of us see. And you're a good person?
Yeah, there's one example right there.
Why? I mean, look, I've always felt that if I'm at home and my husband is working, it is my job. I'm at home all day, taking care of the kids, whatever. I feel like it's my job to have a clean house and to cook. Plain and simple. And that's just my belief. It's not stereotypical. It's not, sexist or anything else. But if I'm not working outside the home, and yes, parenting is a full-time job, I get that. I'm not saying it's not. How do you let it get to this? How do you let this home get this far?
I couldn't live like that. I can't stand hoarding, period. I can't stand overstuffed cabinets, overstuffed refrigerator.
I cannot deal with it. I cannot.
can't either. Like I've said before, I'll take a skim of dust, okay? But when there's clutter, I'm going to lose my mind.
Exactly. They set things on the countertop in the house and and it just drives me crazy. And I go through there and I just get everything off. But you guys look at that dresser right there. I mean, seriously, if you're going to put something in your kid's room, and I'm not nitpicking, what would a coat of paint cost for that? All this stuff in here, lumber is very expensive right now. You guys, we went to buy a 2x4 the other day, and it was like $17. I said, no, thank you. But the wood that he went to build those beds, he could have bought a bunk bed, a legit bunk bed, unless it's just scrap that he's using that he finds at work sites. But I mean, there's not even a closet, and I just feel like you could do a lot better. Not shaming anybody.
He's working so much, he can't get to the projects he has at home. That's one thing, but she's there all day. At least make a path people can walk through. And, I'm not saying be a slave driver or anything, but when your kids are old enough to walk and talk, they're old enough to pick up after themselves.
Absolutely.
You got 3 big boys, even little Summer, you make a mess, you clean it up.
It just doesn't make sense. And if he's working all the time, why can't he pay a $600 car payment?
See,
John makes just as much money.
He's being very resentful about that car payment, probably because he got the car for her.
Yeah. I mean, mine and his income, if we go off the average, is about the same. Well, I mean, I had to pay my car payments yesterday, and I had to register and title them and everything else, and because I moved from a different state and it was time to do all that. And I mean, it's just the cost of living. You have to do it. I have 2 car payments, 600 and one almost 7. But you just do it. Mm-hmm. If it breaks you, if that's breaking your budget, you shouldn't have brought the car. Now, did Don not say he cheated on Candace and that's why he went to Utah? Candace caught him cheating, or did I misunderstand that?
I was going to ask the same thing because I thought I heard that correctly. Oh, Okie Mama, she has a point here. She said, pot, seriously, Dawn, you've done way worse. It's like, quit throwing her under the bus. That's enough. So I want to touch on this and see what you guys think. Did anyone pick up on how Chris said it was very important in his conversation with Dawn that Dawn said Summer was wearing her first back to school day outfit when she disappeared? That she picked it out. It was what she was going to wear on the first day to school.
Yeah, well,
Chris said, remember this. It's important. It's important.
It is. Absolutely. I think I know where you're going.
It gave me chills. You know where I'm going. You know me too well. So let's break this down. Again, it seems like, Dawn talks a lot in past tense. So when he said she was going to wear it on her first day of school, again, I got chills. What did you think?
I think, and this has been brought up, because somebody checked the school. They have to wear uniforms.
Oh, okay.
Crime time, my car payment is so high because I like nice cars. I'm sorry. I don't have a $20,000 car. So, no, I don't have predatory loans. No, my credit's very good.
Linda, you're not the first person to say that. Linda was a social worker, and she's basically saying this bedroom's nothing compared to what she's seen.
Oh, sure. I mean, it could be a lot worse. I'm not saying it's not. But I said before, my mom and dad, when they got married, they had a dirt floor, but my mom said she swept that floor every day. It's not what you have, it's how clean you keep it.
Yeah, there is a little bit of an echo, and I don't know how to fix it. Is it a little better now? I'm not really sure why. Sometimes it happens, sometimes not. A few people online pointed out that, you know, Candace has removed a few Facebook profiles. Someone noticed that she's no longer friends with Dawn on this one profile that she has open. And then it was pointed out by people that said, no, because they looked at her other profiles and she wasn't really friends with him on her other profiles either. And then Rose Meyer, she did call Dawn out, wanting to know why Candace doesn't have access to money. It seems to me that she does.
Okay, I want to squash that rumor right there. Okay. There is someone posing as Rose Meyer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I have the screenshot of it, and that wasn't Rose Meyer. A lot of people are in Discord.
Shut down the family group, and she shut down the GoFundMe.
Oh, did she? Okay, I don't know about that, but I know that post that you're talking about, where she calls Dawn out in the bank account.
Mm-hmm.
It was told to me by the person that wrote it that was themselves.
Oh, God. Okay.
So now, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but that person said, that's me, when I posted it, and they're like, that's me. So I don't know.
Well, it's been confirmed, I mean, by Candace and Dawn, that there's no apartment for Candace and the boys.
Oh, yeah, that was all rumor, too. The night that come out, I squashed that one right there.
Mm-hmm.
I squashed that right there. On AB, AB was live and doing, and no, that was squashed.
Okay, hang on. Amy says, Candace said that the first day of school outfit was left in Grandma's truck, and that's why she put it on her. So if Summer picked out this outfit to wear the first day, how was it still in her truck? Yeah.
And Dawn made that out like that morning when they got ready to go take Grandma to the doctor. Candace put it on Summer that day. She picked it out to wear. And I took that as she picked it out to wear that morning. That's what she wanted to wear that day when they went to town, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if it's in the truck and that's the only thing in the truck, as Candace said, then Summer couldn't have picked it out because it was the only option she had to wear. Candace said that they left the house with Summer in the bathing suit. Dawn, the way I took what he said, I don't know, I may be wrong, but it sounded to me that Dawn was trying to insinuate that Summer picked it out that morning when they were going somewhere. Now remember, the swimming trip wasn't planned, supposedly. But Candace left the house that morning with Summer in a bathing suit. I think we discussed this before, but it just, you don't really let your daughter go in public to the doctor's office in a bathing suit. But I doubt she had some cute cover up or anything like that. I mean, I haven't really seen the girly things that much on Summer.
Pippi says that H said C stopped and bought that jumpsuit.
Yes, I heard him say that. But, yeah, I did hear that. I heard H say that. And I really, at this point, don't put much weight into what they said. But I do think some things Hunter said were truthful. Or, I'm sorry, H.
I think if you just take all of their stories, the truth is in there somewhere.
But I think, and I've listened back to Candace's stuff, and it wasn't that Candace changed the story so much. It's that Dawn puts this crazy stuff out there, like Summer picked the outfit up that day. So we're picking apart because, I mean, when did she pick it out, Dawn? Was it to go that morning? We already know she left in a bathing suit. And I think Dawn is the one where the confusion comes in. Dawn's first interview, that's where, we're like, something ain't right here. I think it's Dawn that's adding the confusion because it's his narrative. It's his way or no way. He needs to get the story out, and it needs to be his way, so he's not in the bad light. Dawn, we've all made you out. Come on, dude.
Okay, no way. This. All right. Don didn't like how the interview went, so he decided to attack Chris McDonough on Facebook. His page is open. People can comment on it. Chris McDonough, I trusted you to help me find my daughter, and you lied and turned it into a Jerry Springer show. I will do everything to bring you down with lawyers for slander. You want to take what little life I've found by the grace of God and turn it all into a circus to make you look, I'm assuming he
good,
and make you money. You don't care if my daughter is ever found. You made it about you again and nothing to do with Summer again.
How did Chris make it about himself? He is getting the facts out to find Summer, whether Don likes it or not. I'm sure Chris, when he approached him, said, we need to find your daughter. I need information. We need to put everything together. Just because he's exposing Don, he's exposing the facts. Did Don really think that Chris was going to go over there, go live and just take up for Don and not address the elephant in the room?
Exactly. And the thing is Chris is just repeating a conversation. Don wasn't even on camera. He's going through bullet points of their conversation. He didn't make anything seem like it wasn't. Then he says, Chris McDonough twisted everything I said. He's the biggest liar, along with my niece Trish and all the liars. Well, who's all the liars, Don?
How is Trish lying when you admitted you had sex with her? Oh, the niece. Okay, Trish is the niece.
The niece, yeah, the stepsister. Kevin just said Chris is not going to risk his morality and his ethics and his reputation on a false accusation. Let's remember the FBI and the TBI and local law enforcement are not all up in Chris's business.
Let's get to law enforcement for a second. I feel like the Wells property needs to be searched again. I feel that this small police force is so overwhelmed that I love law enforcement. You guys see my flag up there. Mm-hmm. I love law enforcement, but I feel they're really overwhelmed, stressed out, and I think maybe some boo-boos have been made in this. Smoky Blue, I think Chris was very fair to the Wells. How could you be any fairer? It's just crazy. And he said he told Don that he was going to put this out there, the criminal record, and then Don goes on one of his and says that criminal record's not his.
And you can't dispute that that's his record. But then he explained the backstory as to what happened.
Let's see. Many of the police records you found on me to dig up weren't mine. You tricked me into believing you were a friend. And I really thought you were on my side to help find my daughter. You sit back and point fingers as if you're an angel. You tried to tell me last night you are perfect. And I had to point out that you are a liar because the Bible says we've all sinned. I seriously doubt Chris really seems very straight up. I think he'd be the first to admit that nobody's perfect and that he sinned. I'm sure, and when you interview somebody, you have compassion. You do have compassion, and that's how you build a rapport with them. I think Don misconstrued as, thought Chris was his best buddy in the world. No, Chris was doing an investigative journalism piece on Don. And I think Don took it as something completely different.
He just didn't like the way, I don't think he liked the light he was painted in.
Oh, no. I mean, but what did he expect? Maddie, yeah. Yeah, Lucifer's way.
Yeah, I'm going to put that up right now. Give me a second.
I mean, what is Don? 56 years old, I believe, in his 50s. He's been to prison and involved with the cops for 30 years. and you still haven't got your shit together.
I think he thought that Chris is this super nice guy, which he is, and he could somehow fool him.
Oh, yeah.
Chris in the show even went through his criminal record, and he just said past behavior is important. He wasn't shaming him.
No, he wasn't. He was just pointing out the facts and what Dawn said happened that day.
So here's Dawn again. Chris McDonough. Wow. I thought we were on the road to finally to try and figure out what happened to Summer. You chose the evil one's way. You put out their ex-homicide detective and all this, but are a raving wolf and could care less about finding Summer. All you care about is keeping your podcast going. You made sure to put all the focus on me and take it completely off my daughter. I'm going to stop right there for a second. Many times in that show, Chris kept going back to, remember, we're talking about a 5-year-old missing girl.
And that's more than Dawn has done.
Uh-huh.
Chris had a show way before Summer Wells. Chris had many subscribers. Not saying he didn't gain a few off this, but this didn't make or break Chris's YouTube. It didn't.
No. So
John needs it to be always about someone else. He needs to put the blame. It's the sister. It's the niece. It's my dad. It's the divorce. It's a misunderstanding or Candace apology. It's always, Dawn has never took responsibility for anything.
No, he'll just say something like, yeah, I do have a bad temper.
Or it's a Jezebel spirit.
Mm-hmm. So he said, many of the police records you found on me to dig up dirt weren't mine. Well, the mug shots looked exactly like him, but okay. You tricked me into believing you were a friend, and I really thought you were on my side to help find my daughter. You sit back and point fingers as if you were an angel. You tried to tell me last night you were perfect, and I had to point out that you were a liar because the Bible says all have sinned. And it stunned you as if you've never read it. I doubt that conversation happened, okay? Very seriously. Then and only then, you admitted you have sinned. You think you're perfect and way above most people. I will find others who only want to find Summer. You need to cease and desist your destructive podcast immediately. You have chosen Lucifer's way. Well, I don't think the podcast is going anywhere. I don't believe that Chris told him he was perfect. You know?
He thinks that he can trick and fool anyone. I mean, does he not see all the posts? He has to go down and look and see, oh my God, 777 comments on here. And 90% are people bashing him. Okay. You're not fooling anyone, Dawn. Nobody. Nobody's fooled by your ways. Nobody believes your BS. Your church. Oh God. I can't even go into that right there. I cannot.
Catherine says, I assume that's Dawn's way of rebuking, but it was pitiful. Yeah, calling Chris McDonough Lucifer isn't going to get you any aha moments for people that tuned in to watch him.
Well, doesn't the Bible say we don't judge people? But is he not right here judging Chris? Is he not calling him a liar? And, Dawn, where is it your job to point out Chris's, or what you feel are Chris's, areas that he may need some work in? Where do you have that right to call him a sinner? You've sinned, buddy. You've sinned a lot more than Chris. I guarantee you that.
He agreed to meet with you. They talked about what we discussed. They talked about what was going to be on the show. Chris is actually helping this investigation more than anybody. I understand Dawn didn't like the light he was painted in. Okay, I mean, what do you do? But he didn't have did he have a problem with Candace's interview when they were at his house?
Nobody's saying Chris is so smart, but Chris has got the information out. Mingo County Topics. We're not going to bash Chris.
No, he's really trying to do a good thing. I mean, he was there. I mean, I mean, Dawn didn't like the way
he hasn't asked anybody for money, unlike the psychics that are helping, or supposedly helping, or grifting, conning, scamming, lying, using, abusing.
All right. So then also, Dawn has an issue with Raider.
Dawn has an issue with everyone. The police. It's the police's fault that he revoked his probation so many times. Yeah.
Here we go. David Raider. You talk a lot, but can you hear? You expect us to bow down to you, but we only bow down to God. We have been saying from the beginning she's been abducted. If you could shut that big mouth of yours, maybe you could hear. Would you and authorities be looking in all these dumb places if she was abducted? No. Sorry, I'm very, very upset. But all these search teams are wasting time. Can you hear?
Okay, if she was abducted, within 3 to 5 hours, she was dumped somewhere. Her body was dumped somewhere. So yes, they would look in all these places he thinks dumb. But you know what? I'd be bound down to Satan if I had to, if my child was missing. I would bow down to anyone. You know what? If you'd bow down just a little bit and cooperate with law enforcement, your daughter'd be found. Instead, you just want to hee-haw and him around and give false stories, and you get caught in your shit, Dawn. You just get caught in your own words.
But he's going after people that are doing 100 times more than him to find Summer.
He doesn't want Summer found because he knows where Summer is. Directly, indirect, it all goes back to whether Dawn, Candace, Grandma, the boys, H, Al, anybody in this, it all still comes back to Dawn and Candace were neglectful, whether they had anything to do with it or not. It was someone they knew, an associate. He was someone that was familiar with the property. I mean, because the chances and the probability just aren't there to be a stranger abduction.
No, people are bringing up tree trimmers now. Billy the drunk that could be in the shed. All of these things. It's been discussed in several circles. This is not random. This is not random. It's someone attached to the property. Someone that knows their way up. Someone knows their way down.
You think Don hopes she's alive somewhere? Well, he's talked about her, Linda. He's talked about her in past tense since the day she went missing. He has no hope she's alive.
It'd be nice if he kind of changed his tune and was a little more positive and not worry about how people are looking at him, which I know is very hard to do. Very hard to do.
Mingo.
And just keep it on Summer.
Let's look at what Mingo County Topics has to say. That whole last interview Chris did with Dawn completely changed the whole thing for me. Changed in what way? What was your opinion before and what's your opinion after seeing Dawn's Chris's interview with Dawn?
Jesse said he doesn't think he will see her alive again. And it's been so long. I mean, Don's actually being realistic about that.
Linda, honey, he wanted every house in the eastern United States searched. But he doesn't want his property searched. It was an inconvenience for him.
Mingo, I'm the same way. Mingo said, I was on the fence until that interview, and now I'm thinking there's a high likelihood. My fence is going back and forth all the time. I'm like, I hear something, and I'm like, oh my God, it blows my mind. And then 2 days later, it's something else.
Yeah, at this point, we kind of just expect it. When we seen Candace's house, I mean, when we seen their house, we knew it wasn't going to be pretty. We had seen pictures of the kids in the home in the background. It's kind of got to the point that there is no shock and awe anymore. I remember a psychology class, one of mine in college, and we talked about the way that you transform over time. And I want to use this as an example, not because it's dirty or anything, but this is one that sticks out in my time and it's the easiest to explain. If we look at porn in the 50s and 60s, but over time, you get so used to something, you need to push the button farther and farther and farther. And we become accustomed to a certain way and it's no longer entertaining. And this is kind of the same here with this. We've grown to where, hey, nothing floors us anymore in this case.
Look at just watching the evening news, Kat. We see horrific things, and it's a bleep. It's a soundbite.
Yeah,
Someone was murdered. A child was grabbed. An Amber Alert. They retrieved the kids, and we're like, It's a truth. It is. We are desensitized. We are.
Yes, absolutely. And like with video games, they have to get more and more graphic to feed the minds of the people that are playing them. I mean, it's just different scenarios and so many different things that we get so used to a certain thing that we have to push the envelope to the next level because it doesn't shock us anymore. We are so desensitized to it.
Well, and that's why I like our channel. I like our groups because we can all discuss, still be friends, have different opinions, and come out okay.
Exactly. This is just opinion. None of this is fact. Well, some of it's fact. But, we share our opinions here. We can get it off our chest, but we still walk away friends at the end. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone has their own thoughts. Anybody at any time is more than welcome to state their thoughts, to come on panel if they'd like. We're not going to belittle or berate you, but we won't tolerate bullying. We won't tolerate anything like that. Be nice and respectful. Let's leave here after this is done, and I'll be friends and meet the next time we do it.
Because none of us know what's in that case file that the TBI has or that Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has. No one knows.
No one knows.
Even Chris McDonough. He's done great interviews, and we have no idea. And it's probably not going to be as surprising as we think. It's not going to be some Mexican transfer or anything. I mean, it's going to be a little simpler than what we think. You know what I mean?
A confession. I don't think they've really sat down and grilled Dawn and Candace, and I don't understand that. They took lie detector tests, supposedly, but I mean, have law enforcement actually sat down and grilled them? I mean, we all knew that this stinked from high heavens the day it happened. And when I was approached and said, oh my God, look at Summer Wells' case. And I'm like, I'm not even getting into that. I said, there's not even any information. We can't even get a timeline on it. I said, I'm not touching stuff. I said, it just, there's nothing to work with to investigate here at that point.
Look at you now, though, my friend.
Right. But it stinks from high heaven to begin with. Plain and simple. And law enforcement knew that. They had to know going on that property within the first 30 minutes that this just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, Mingo, it is. It's a shit show. It's a circus. It's nuts. Kevin, you're right. There's a million red flags. Dawn did mention to Chris that they got their phones back and they were wiped clean. It was explained that basically means they downloaded everything out of them.
Absolutely.
And I don't know why that would be a shock in 2021 to anyone, including Dawn. Sorry, guys, I have to say it. I don't know why that would surprise anyone. Of course, they're gonna take everything.
And I think now that maybe Don's got his phone back and it's wiped clean, he's like, oh my God, what all is on my phone? What all?
Mm-hmm.
And Statistically, someone keeps mentioning SA in chat. Statistically, if Don was doing something to any of his children, such as that, I'm sure there would be things on his phone, because people like that tend to look at child pornography also. So I would think that, you know, if that was happening, there would be evidence on his phone. And I'm sure they would arrest him at least for that.
Well, let's parlay into this really quick. A lot of people have reached out on Friday over the weekend. We had a show on Friday talking about summer. There was a woman on the show, and she was talking about the psychic that is in East Tennessee. And she kind of alluded to how she's working with law enforcement. And you're not going to call anyone a liar, because, here's the thing, I'm sure she's heard that, or she wouldn't have been so sure of it. She kept saying there's different levels of law enforcement, and Juanita is working with them. All right, guys, Juanita's walking around in flip-flops, all right?
Juanita has a paid vacation. She won't leave as long as the donations keep coming in. She goes out for photo ops and gets a picture of her trampling around. She's a con artist. This is what she does. This is all that she does. Swindles money from people. She's clearly said that Summer never left the property. So why are you trampling through the woods if Summer's never left the property?
Yeah, her last post said she's on personal property. So we let everybody have their say, and their opinion does not reflect us. What people say, we don't claim as facts. But if you people were pretty mad at me, and it's understandable, so enough of you reached out to the TBI and to the sheriff's office to the point where they actually made a statement. Now, the sheriff's office is in control of this investigation now. All right, so I'm just going to play this real quick. Well, I was.
Hard to discover new audiences?
Give me a sec. I got to pull it back up. It timed out.
There's several in this group with Juanita. There's a Patty. There's Mike Brooks, who claims he's Garth Brooks' brother. And Danny Young. And then a YouTuber that puts a few videos out.
We appreciate it.
Well, here, I'll just put this up. Yeah. All right, so Hawkins County Sheriff's Office says HCSO is not utilizing the assistance of any psychics in the search for Summer Wells. Any reliable tips should be directed to the TBI at 800 TBI find. Social media posts directed to HCSO will not be evaluated. So, I mean, there you have it. Now, one woman did reach out to me, and she was very nice. She was very respectful. She said, I understand. She'll understand you let people have their say and, what they heard, what they believe. But her husband is actually, in the case, okay? He's working the case. I'm not going to say if he's on the sheriff's office or TBI. And she said, absolutely not is that woman in any way, shape, or form affiliated with this case. She's actually been warned by the police to stop what she's doing.
See, there's Juanita doesn't directly ask for money, but she gets her minions to do it for her. And her minion Patty will post, here's her Cash App, here's her Cash App. And it's always a big find. And then they ask for money. Patty herself posted that a body was found. that she heard on the scanner a body was found. Caused a big uproar. Big uproar. And then Hawkins County the next day put this out. Patty goes on there saying, I thank you for protecting us, Hawkins County, and all these kind of things. And she puts out a map where they're following up on this body that was found. There was no body found. And then Juanita says, when it was asked to her, because see, Juanita blocks and takes everything down because she doesn't want to get caught in her own lies. Well, screenshots are there. So at that point, Juanita said that Patty was hacked. That Patty didn't post that about the body. Patty didn't post all that. But yet she's on Hawkins County Sheriff's page defending Juanita and saying, yes, they are working with law enforcement. I had a lady contact me yesterday who literally had to go to the emergency room.
Is this what you sent me earlier? I was going to read that.
Okay, let's make sure no names are in that.
Nope. I'm looking right now.
This lady at some point has a missing adult child. This lady is disabled. She has to have a caregiver. Had reached out or donated money to Juanita. They don't want a lot of the story out because this woman is in fear for her life right now. They had sent some money to Juanita, and she has a son missing. She's older, so I would assume her son is adult age, Anyway, when she heard this, that a body was found, she started having chest pains. She thought, oh my God, that could be my son. That could be my son. That could be my son. And she is trying to get a hold of Juanita. But see, here's what Juanita does. She takes your money and she runs. She blocks you. She won't allow you to communicate with her. And then she takes all her videos down because then it can be used against her. And she says it's Facebook. Facebook isn't taking her lives down. They keep making new groups and new Facebook pages because it just catches up with them so bad. And this app she's using, anybody can go to the Google store and get it. Do you have that app? Did I send that to you?
Yes, I was just looking at that. And if you notice in her comments, okay, a lot of her stuff comes down, and I don't think Facebook's taking it down. I think she's taking it down.
Because she gets called out on it. So many people comment of, hey, quit frauding, quit doing this. And the sad thing is, as we see with like Michael Long, a lot of these people that donate to people like this are on fixed incomes. And that's who these people prey on.
Oh, absolutely. This man contacted me. I actually just saw the message yesterday. It looks like I had gotten it sometime on Saturday. I don't know why I just saw it yesterday. And he's very concerned. His mother is elderly, and he's extremely concerned about the money. And this, again, is from the show on Friday, where I'm telling everybody right now, the lady that was on here was obviously very misinformed because Hawkins County Sheriff's Office has said, no, they are not utilizing her assistance.
TBI has also said that. You should have the screenshot of that.
I mean, I know that the lady that was on here, she goes, well, there's different layers of law enforcement. Well, unless she's some secret agent for the NSA or CIA, we know, which is extremely doubtful, okay? She doesn't even have proper boots to walk around in.
She's never done a search and rescue, apparently.
When this gentleman contacted me, I actually invited him to come on panel. I'm sure he's watching. I haven't seen a comment or anything. I've been watching. And he's extremely concerned about the money that his mother has been sending to her. And this is all over summer. And I was like, yeah, people can spend their money however they want. But I would really advise your mom, who is elderly, on a fixed income, should not be sending her money. And she shouldn't be taking it.
But that's what she preys on. And then when the money runs out, remember she was starting a GoFundMe for Allie and H? Has anybody seen that GoFundMe?
No.
Do y'all really believe that she took that money and give it to Allie and H? She might have bought him a pizza, but I don't believe that she wouldn't give him the $1,000 she took in that day. Don't believe it. And then Juanita pulls this thing. Oh, I have to go back home. My readings pay my bills, and this just isn't cutting it. You know, I've got to get back home so I can make, my money. Let me see. And let me read it word for word. Oh, and then she says that Candace invited her to the vigil. No, she did not. No, she did not. That's straight from Candace's mouth. She wants nothing to do with Juanita. And I have the message from Candace. She claims she's been working with law enforcement. No, it just continues. She photoshops pictures. It's just insane. Here's what Patty says. All donations for helping with locating missing persons and expensive, please donate at Cash App. And I'm not going to say what that is. Let me get. Oh, Juanita post here. Going out to sit near the house. Hope C will come join me. She's referring to Candace. So she's stalking Candace's driveway. Why would you do that? Does anybody remember the case Jamie Kloss?
And that's another thing. She said that she knows that she was working on that. Well, that can't be confirmed. And you know how people are in these groups, Kat. When someone says something like she's working with law enforcement, they're going to find out.
Well, see, I actually have talked to two people close to the Jamie Kloss case. It's also been publicly posted that asking Juanita to remove, will you please remove Jamie Kloss from this? Give credit where it is due. Having her picture on the front of this, disgraceful and hurtful to the family. But Jamie's case should not be included in this.
When the family is saying, look, she saved herself. You didn't do this.
Exactly. But she takes credit for it. In her lives, that's all they're about, is she's done this, and she's done this, and she's done this. All these things that she's done in all these cases, that's all she boasts about. But then they disappear immediately. Disappear.
Well, if you see the comments on her page, anyone that's negative to her, those comments disappear.
Exactly.
And hey, you got to take the good with the bad. You really do. I leave up negative comments. I do.
Let's see. I want the one.
I'm going to read this really quick.
Go ahead, because I'm looking for something.
I am a caregiver for mother who was taken to the hospital. I posted on a page asking Juanita to contact me. My family wants to talk to her, and she blocked me, and everyone started saying nasty things on my Facebook, and my family just wants answers why they would lie because she gave her money. She thought she was doing good things, and no one will contact us. I had to delete my Facebook and messages. I only have Wi-Fi, no cell, and I get attacked because she lied. When we need to talk to her, I can't have my pictures of my grandbabies on my Facebook now because they're gone. Somebody shared my grandbaby's pictures. I don't know about all that. Basically, what she's saying is she's trying to get a hold of her, and she blocked her because she's got questions about.
This is also the woman that had to go to the emergency room.
Okay.
Here's one of Juanita's posts, or a response, a comment. Somebody says, please don't leave till you find her, referring to Summer. And then Juanita tags the person and says, my bills don't get paid if I'm not at the office. Wish I could stay here to the end. And then people started saying, we need to donate her some more money, and they throw the Cash App up and all this kind of stuff. That's just how they work.
Yeah, and the best way to not lose your money is don't part with it. I mean, this woman is claiming to be something she's not. Hey, guys, I put the link down here if anybody wants to come up and visit.
My mouth's getting dry. Somebody come up.
Kevin, everybody's wanting to hear from you. All right, so I'm going to read this really
quick.
I
want Mingo County Topics to come up. Come on, you can do it.
Yep, we're all nice up here. Don't be scared. Never be scared to come up on panel. All right, so Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, who, you know, this man, if he had hair, would be pulling it out right now. He said the investigation is still going on. It's strong and intense. When he was asked if there's any psychics working for law enforcement, he said absolutely not. So basically, like I said, when the woman was on Friday, she seemed very sure of what she was talking about. No one's going to call her a liar, say she made it up, anything like that. I'm just going to say that she probably went off of what she was told. But we're clearing it up now because so many of y'all reached out, and we obviously got something official from the sheriff's office. So rest assured, you know, Juanita around town doing her thing, that law enforcement isn't asking her for help, nor do they want it.
So how many people does Juanita have traveling with her or there? She's got the Patty. She's got a sister or something, or Patty's sister or something like that. She's got Mike. She's got 5 or 6 people. Do you realize people are paying for 5 or 6 people and a dog who almost had a heat stroke being out there in the heat, this little bitty puppy? You know, people are paying for 6 people to eat out every day, 3 meals a day, and new boots and new clothes and hotel fees. This is just a tragedy. I don't even know if Juanita even has a home. I do know that in 2019, Juanita had a house fire, and I believe 3 dogs perished in that fire. Poor doggies. That's just horrible. But I do know that her daughter started a GoFundMe so that they could reconstruct the barn to have living quarters in it, so they would have a place to stay. Well, we all know this is just like when a child or someone's murdered. There's insurance. Normally, you don't own a home if you don't have insurance. So.
And I will say that we do have a medium that comes on our show quite often. He takes no money. So there are people that have certain intuitions, certain gifts. With the Tara Strozier case, it was a bullseye. I mean, it was nuts what he said and what came out. He does not prey on people's money. Even if he does a private reading, if he can't see anything, he won't take any money. He won't take any money. This is a totally different story. So we're not slamming
psychics. No.
We're not slamming people that have. We're not going to doubt anyone. You know, we're not in that business.
Exactly. But, yeah. Okay. Just a quick thing here. If somebody wants to come up, the link's posted, the StreamYard link. All you have to do is click on it. Everybody wants to hear Linda. I mean, I like Linda's ideas here. Linda, if you want to come up, somebody throw the link back up.
Yep, everybody has Kevin in here too. Hey, twin mama.
I don't care. Somebody come up. I need a potty break real quick. I'll be right back.
So what are you guys' thoughts? I wish I had the screenshot because Juanita posted actually on her page that as she was searching, that she came across a tree that had a doll head hanging in it. And immediately people were like, you know, you set that up, you know, you made that up, that didn't happen, you know, good photo op and stuff like that. And then now it's gone. And then this was posted. It says, breaking. If you are or have made contact with these individuals, please note that they are scamming people by making false statements, claims via Facebook and other social media outlets. These individuals have been in the state of Tennessee for a time now, claiming to be helping or using psychic powers in the Summer Wells case. Do not be fooled by these con artists. Do not continue to support these individuals who were never asked by law enforcement or the family to get involved. If they were needed or asked, they wouldn't be asking you to donate to their Cash App. And they wouldn't be out there compromising the case. Well, and that's the thing. If law enforcement brings people in, you know, they're on the government bankroll. They can put them in the Quality Inn. They're not like, hey, you got a Cash App, these people will pay you. That's not how it works.
No, I'm back, guys. Yeah, that just, it's just a scam. That's all it is. You know, when something smells funny and when you posted yesterday and it's gone today, just everybody be cautious. Be wary. I mean, whether you believe or don't believe, it doesn't matter before you donate to anyone. If they're blocking, deleting, not responding, walk away. We don't want anybody parting with their hard-earned money. We just don't.
No, and that's not, I mean, if you see a worthy cause and you feel like you want to donate to it, do it. You know, but remember that money's gone. I mean, people are still contacting wanting to know how to get their money back from Michael Long. You have to file something with GoFundMe. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know.
Mingo said, "Oh yeah, she ate up in the comments and then deleted them the next day." Yeah, she did. Kelly Long is a worthy cause.
Absolutely. I'd donate to Kelly Long in a minute. I wish Kelly Long had a GoFundMe.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. So
the money that she is out is just insane, fighting this crazy psycho. But we're not even going to go into that. We got enough topics covered.
Phoenix Rising is 100% correct. EquiSearch, you can't go wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it is. And there was a video that was put out kind of bad-mouthing EquiSearch. And that was just so wrong. I'm glad that was addressed. I'm glad it was. Oh, Kitty Cat, what do you mean? After Rose Meyer, I know to never give to a GoFundMe. What are we talking about there? I got to mute out for a second, guys. I got a phone call.
Is anyone else pissed off at how Dawn and company has downed the searchers so much? Absolutely. They're there to help. They're there to help. And EquiSearch, they have their own search pattern. They were not in any way, shape, or form. They weren't following Juanita. If anything, Juanita's in danger. She doesn't have the right equipment. She doesn't have the right shoes. I was telling Brandy the other day, I said, if it makes you feel any better, her flip-flops are what our moms used to call thongs years ago. This is not proper footwear for stomping around.
It's just crazy. And then Juanita posts these pictures of, here's a light. It's a freaking reflection. Oh, this light's guiding us. It's the sun reflecting off of your cell phone. Guys, these are not lights. These are not guiding lights. They're not. They're just really not. This is just, oh, yeah. I didn't, this lady contacted me, the one that went to the hospital and was just so in an uproar last night. I didn't get to sleep till 1 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I laid in bed and I just thought about this poor woman and the hope that she probably had, because she's older and she's disabled and she has a caregiver and she had to call her caregiver in, which means she had to pay for that early. Wow. Because she was thinking she was going to have to go to the sheriff's department because her son was found, and then starts getting chest pains and it's all a scam. And I just could not sleep. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling on about her, but it just, you know, don't prey on people. Don't.
No, leave it alone.
Have you got the Photoshop pictures?
I have those. I'm not sure I'm going to put those up because if people are just joining, it might confuse them.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, that's Juanita. She does bring her dog with her. She wears flip-flops, and law enforcement has said that she is not with them. Didn't ask for her help. Don't want her help. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said absolutely not. I tried to reach out to the woman that was on the show on Friday. I didn't get a hold of her. That was on Sunday. And Sunday's a busy day, but I just want to let her know that had come out. And so, that way it's not repeated anywhere else. That nonsense has to stop, because this is about a 5-year-old little girl that's missing. She's gone. She vanished. We're going on 2 months. No one can cash up Summer right now, can they?
What do you guys, what's your theories? What do we, let's remember this little blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. I just can't imagine, regardless what happened to her. I'm sure she's scared, even if she's still alive. I just, we really need to think about Summer. What do you guys think happened? I know we're not going to solve anything, but I mean, we can voice our opinions. We can get it off our chest, send it off each other. Everybody's opinion's valid. We all have one.
Yep. So, and if anybody wants to grab the link, come up.
Or you can post in chat if you don't want to come up. I see you lost. I'm going to quit talking and I'm going to read chat.
Grammy said Chris's big point the other night was that Don is trying to control the narrative. Very common. He's messing with his head and it's working. I think it's working.
Now, I believe Chris is going to do a second one because he didn't have time to get all the audio together, from, like you said, he had just got off the phone call with him. I do believe Chris at some point is going to share that with us. I think that, they're pulling everything together, and I'm sure Chris is going to reach out to Dawn to say, why are you posting this? What's going on?
That's what I was going to say. At some point, he's going to have to address this. Or maybe he doesn't have to. Maybe he doesn't care. He could be like, let sleeping dogs lie. Because the way that Dawn's calling him out, Chris might need to address that. Or maybe he's like, yeah, it is what it is.
Now, Dawn did allow somebody to go to his property and film. Someone named Jamie. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? I don't believe I saved the post. I know I've got like 10,000 screenshots on my phone. Let's see. I will find it. Dawn did allow this person to come and film Jamie's visit, and we can share this, so I'm going to send it over to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she told me to share away. So I'm going to send this over to you. This is a person that Dawn, and there's a video of it. I wouldn't know. Did I put you in this group? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the feedback, guys, or the echo. I don't have anything open, so.
It's Jamie Wilson. It's a video where he visited the Wells property. He's going to get it uploaded to YouTube. So
yeah, and he does great work as well.
And Dawn did allow him to video the property. I just don't know how to share that. But I got the screenshot.
I'm just going to put the post up.
Yeah, that's fine. People can go and you'll see enough. I am getting more information in right now on the lady that had to go to the hospital. And I don't know if I will be able to because they have just woke up and just taken their first bit of coffee. So I don't know. I will have more details on that the next time we go live. More about that because I really feel that Juanita, it needs to be put out here. It just really does.
It says, thank you visit to the Wells property. This footage is taken by Jamie. Jamie is the one that filmed the swimming hole video shortly after Summer's disappearance. He has since then formed a friendship with Dawn and Candace. Jamie has a humble heart, and I have a lot of respect for him. And so, there's one of the pictures. So we'll get the video. It's on Facebook, right? Not YouTube.
No, it's on Facebook, but he is uploading it.
Because we
So
can share it from Facebook, but YouTube causes some problems.
yeah, well, that video is on that. Go to her site. It's not private or anything. Go to Trigger Minds and Crimes, and the video is right there in that post.
Okay.
And we're welcome to share the material. She wants to get the word out and really wants to get the word out about Juanita too. She has some good work over there. You guys need to go over there and check out the page. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up on comments while you're doing that. Shanna Miller, yeah, we did see that, but it wasn't. Yes, seeing Dawn's dog path video.
Yeah, you guys will have to go over there and look at it because it is on YouTube. I can't share
Okay,
it.
it is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but it's
Blonderella wants to know if did grandma leave before or after Summer was reported missing from the house? After. And I don't understand that at all. That your granddaughter's missing, your daughter's life is in shambles, but you go to Wisconsin.
It's been rumored that grandma left like 2 days for a little excursion, like 2 days after Summer went missing, and then come back. But you know, when grandma's daughter went missing, when Rose went missing, they had flyers out the next day. They did so many things and, you know, actively searched and looked and drove and did things. Why aren't they doing this with Summer? Grandma, you yourself, you know how to do this. You've been through it. You don't go take off for 3 months to a dying brother. You know, it's been said that she's gone for medical because of her knee. And then it's also being stated that she has a brother or a relative that's not doing too well and they need help with. Okay. My grandchildren are more important to me than anything in this world. You guys that don't have grandkids, it's a different kind of love. It is like the most awesome thing in the world. We all love our kids, yes, but there's something different with a grandchild. I will move heaven and earth.
You're not really care about your knee or your another relative's health issue. You're just not.
Your grandchild should be your grandchild needs you more than that. I mean, you lived there. You seen Summer every day. You live on the property. How do you just walk away from that?
In the heat of it. And I still don't understand why she went to Wisconsin to have knee surgery. She's right there in Tennessee.
Because it's workman's comp.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Okay. And yes, it's none of our business, Tonali. It is none of this is any of our business. None of it. None of it. But we're here talking about it. And we're going to continue. Jose is a red herring. Yes. Agreed.
And have we got any confirmation on where Jose is?
Lord, we don't know.
I've heard everything from Costa Rica to the Philippines. Oh, Smokey said there are flyers now. She said, I literally have a stack from D&D Printing in Kingsport that she's been handing out. Okay, awesome.
Yes, but is Candace handing them out or Dawn? Yeah, I did know that they were available now. But they were only doing, 5,000 of them, I heard? I don't know.
Yeah, but still, it took a month to get flyers. I mean,
exactly. They wanted to wait till the media died down. What? You guys do realize that not everybody knows that about Summer. There are people 30 minutes away from there that don't have a clue. I'm friends with the law enforcement, with law enforcement in Georgia. They have no clue about Summer Wells. No clue.
Blonderella said, seems like she wanted to create some distance for herself from the situation. Yeah.
But now let's think. According to Chris, Grandma was the one instigating. Who told the cops Dawn had the gun? So, is Grandma an instigator?
Smokey said the flyers aren't getting up in enough places locally, in my opinion, but there are flyers anyone can get if you call D&D Printing in Kingsport.
Yes. Candace said she had some in her car a couple of weeks ago. Sitting on in your car isn't getting them out.
But they're using social media, and there's no missing poster on there.
You know, there are so many places you could. If my child are missing, I would be on this computer or I'd be out looking, and I guarantee you I could find 1,000 places to post my child's picture a day.
Exactly, Wendy. Notice how the parents are not sharing missing flyers on their social media every day. No, they're not. Don is posting about himself and how people are treating him. He doesn't like the light he was, painted in. And if you guys remember, like the Elizabeth Smart case, law enforcement came out very early and said that the parents were cleared. Quit with the accusations, the rumors, et cetera, et cetera. Mind you, they do things different in Utah, but I would think if they were in the clear, they would say, okay, lay off. Just my opinion.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought there. It just flew right out the window. I was reading and fixing to say something. But Jose, it's rumored that he was on Deadliest Catch. Most people have a printer now, especially with online schools. You can pull one off the internet and print them.
Mm-hmm.
And law enforcement would say they were clear. They would. They're just being so hushed. I mean, they're literally. We don't have the skills law enforcement had. We don't have those skills. We're scratching our heads. They're a lot smarter than us.
Now, this is kind of off topic, but it's on the topic. What do you guys think about some of these YouTubers that are throwing so much shade at Chris? I think it's pure jealousy.
I haven't seen that. The moron state. Yeah. And it's funny though that it's the state's fault. It's the moron state's fault that he went to prison and jail. And his BS about his son and the girl being 18 months apart or a year or something like that. Come on. See, when Don went into this, I guess he just doesn't realize that there's public records and that people can access them. I guess Don never thought we'd get to the truth. There's 4 or 5 years difference between Don's son and the girl that he went to prison over XA. Don may have got drunk and just dwelling on everything. Oh, that's probably what happened. And Don's afternoon post, he's usually intoxicated. You can just tell.
He sat there, he dwelled on it. He didn't like the light he was painted in.
Yes, Phoenix Rising, 19 and 14, and impregnated her. They were dating when she was like 13, She got pregnant. The charge came about because she got pregnant at 14, is what I understand.
Yeah, Shannon, Chris did a great job.
Oh, I believe Don will call Chris. I believe he's going to get enough liquid courage in him. And Don's going to go on a rant on the phone to Chris. And I just hope Chris lets us hear it.
Oh,
I just hope Chris tells us, oh my God, he's really unstable. He called me and was just really out there.
He's not going to let this go.
Oh, no. No. You know, Chris is there. He's talking to locals. He's talking to people. We have no idea what all Chris is doing. I just appreciate the fact that Chris is putting it out there. I really do. Yes, Kevin, a spelling contest with Dawn. Hey, Dawn, I'll pay your car payment if you can pass my spelling test. And no, I will not have supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in it. Just simple common words. I'll pay your car payment for a month if you want to go into a spelling contest. And I'll use...
Somebody put on his Facebook page, it said it's called karma and it's pronounced ha-ha F-U. Because I guess Dawn is very upset with this Juanita.
No. What you're saying, that is a YouTube. That was
YouTube, but it's put on his page.
Somebody did. Okay, somebody tagged it there. Okay.
And because, he had the post the other day, basically kind of calling out. He didn't use her by name, but, calling out the psychics, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, these comments are unreal.
I just, Don is delusional if he thinks people believe the BS. Actually, he talked about that. Yes, I've had info. Wow. So people are having a hard time getting the flyers out. A lot of businesses. Yeah, satin. Kevin, is that like sheets? Because I don't want the devil in my bed. Maybe that's what he's getting at when he says satin.
Well, yeah, 2 days ago, he said the abductor is sitting back and laughing. Well,
what did he say about Summer? I'm scared she's in a dark basement somewhere. Well, yeah, that's where she was every night, Dawn. In your home. In a dark basement. A dark, dingy, dirty, nasty, fire hazard basement. That's where you kept her. If someone does have her, I guarantee you they're treating her better than you did. And I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the post real quick. Kitty Cat says, hostile looking basement it is. It is. That bedroom creeped me out. I get a house under construction, guys. I get it. But you don't put your little girl down there like that. You don't put your kids like that. It looked damp. I'm thinking mildew, mold. Where's the closet? Where's the toys? And then they're saying that, the boys are gone. Well, yeah, the boys are gone, but it has nothing to do with Summer's disappearance, or that would have happened back in June. Does anybody want to grab the link and come up?
Candace said that after Summer went missing, she put the boys downstairs with her. She wanted the boys downstairs. Isn't downstairs where Summer went missing from?
Yeah.
Why would you want them downstairs? Well, they went missing too. They're in CPS custody now, Candace. So
Linda has a question for you, Kat.
Okay, Linda, where are you at? Let me go up here. If some pedophile, what? Well, not a pedophile, no. I mean, okay. we can pretty much assume the probability of it being a complete stranger is out of the question, pretty much. I'm still open to the fact that it's maybe somebody that knew how Summer was being treated. You know, Chris's theory is it is someone that knows the property and has been there before. So one of my theories is, and I guess I should have said this better, is that a sympathizer, maybe someone that couldn't have kids, or maybe somebody that wanted to rescue Summer from the situation has her. No, if she's being abused or tortured, no, obviously that would not be better. That's not what I meant. But I want to have a little hope here, and I just want to hope that somebody's seeing this situation and got her out of there for her to have a better life. As unrealistic as that may be, let me have a little bit of hope. You know,
it's like that movie, Gone Baby Gone with Morgan Freeman. Have you seen that?
It seems like it's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't think it was a complete stranger. It was someone that knew the family or the area. I mean, that's not, you get shot driving up to places like that. You know, you just don't. I'm from the South, Alabama. You just don't drive up roads that could possibly lead to a home. You just don't. Exactly. And Angie Crewman. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Or, at this point, they would just like us to assume aliens abducted her. That would probably make more sense than their stories. No, I don't believe in aliens. Come on.
No, nobody came across that driveway and just decided to go up it. No. We've seen pictures and everything.
Grandma's knee brace, this just doesn't get me. Grandma needs to go to the hospital because of her knee, okay? Obviously, it hurt. We've all, as you get older, your knees hurt, your feet hurt, things happen. It's just part of life. All right, Linda, we'll see you later. Thanks. I really loved all your comments. But, so
Bye,
Grandma,
Linda.
I'm assuming Grandma didn't wear the brace all day long because Candace didn't say she did. I mean, where I'm going with this, the brace is never mentioned. Grandma goes to the doctor because her knee's hurting. Okay, but she goes and walks down to the creek, and she walks in the grocery store, and she walks all these places that day. And then they do the flowers. And then Candace has to put the brace on her. It's 6:30 at night, it's 6:00 at night. Why does she need the brace on then? I mean, we could assume that maybe Grandma did have the brace on all day, come home, took it off, and then Candace needed her to help her adjust it. Knee braces aren't that hard. I mean, why could you not adjust your own knee brace? I've got one in there. I mean, it's not hard. The way Candace tells the story, it makes me think that the knee brace wasn't on all day long. And then all of a sudden, it's 6:30 at night, 6:00, 5:30 at night, whatever, 2 minutes before Summer went missing. Candace needs to put the knee brace on Grandma. She needs to help with that. Why? I mean, what are most people doing at 6:30 at night?
Well,
ready for supper, right?
Right here, Jen says I had a knee brace from my thigh to my calf, and I could put it on myself.
Exactly. I don't. That doesn't. The knee brace just doesn't make any sense. And we all seen. I think most of us have seen Grandma's post. In the beginning, where they went and got candy. Her and Candace got candy, and the person was saying, "Oh yeah, y'all were tripping." Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, Grandma put it, and she didn't say Summer went and got candy. What was it? H and Summer. How did she put that? Hun and Summer, or something to that effect. Hun, Summer, something like that. I don't know.
It says Hunter said she had a plastic knee. I'm assuming she needed 24/7 to walk right. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that too, but they just made such a big deal out of that leg brace. It made no sense to me.
Why would she take, I mean, at what point did she take it off? Wouldn't she need it on while she was planting flowers? I mean, we can go with that maybe Grandma had the brace on all day. But why would she take it off prior to planting flowers?
Smokey, because it's for workers' comp. And Shannon says, did y'all catch? Chris said that Dawn said the boys were locked in the house when home alone before Candace got home. What's odd about that is that Hunter said 2 of the kids were with Dawn working. Remember that, Kat?
I do, but how unsafe is it to lock your kids inside a home? That is unheard of. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. What if there's a fire, which is very, I mean, that's the possibility of that is very high in that home with all the extension cords and the wiring and everything else. But why would you lock your kids inside a home? I don't believe it. I think that's Candace's way of saying nobody could get in. You know them boys was out playing while Mama wasn't there.
Oh, I agree, Dee. That house was a fire trap. I'm really surprised that the house didn't catch on fire. When you have that much stuff stacked up like that, especially with the electrical wires hanging down and everything, how the hell did you not have a fire? Did you see that, Kat, those electrical wires?
Absolutely. I mean, that place was just a fire hazard waiting to happen. Yeah, Jen, Hun and some is what she said. I mean, I wish we had that screenshot to evaluate that, to look at that again. God, I do somewhere, but it's so far, that's 8,000 screenshots ago.
And like Ange is saying here, have you thought of electrocution? I mean, they're hanging right down there. Jordine says there's no way in hell that house was locked up at any time.
Nope, not at all. I'm getting caught up on chat. They have more extension cords on Walmart. That's true.
That is true.
My God. That's crazy. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Well, guys, unless anyone's going to grab the link and come up and talk, or you have any other questions or something you want to discuss, I'm going to start winding this down.
I have no idea where the bathroom was. I never seen it, Jen.
Nope.
I don't know. What was, you guys remember in the video? Something as Chris walked in, he's blurring out. It was like on a box sitting there. Did y'all see that?
I did, but I can't figure out what it is.
It was just blurred. He didn't blur the TV, but he blurred that out. I wonder what that was. I mean, could have been a box of condoms. Who knows? I mean, what was it that, why would you blur it out? What was it? Just makes me curious. Because it's blurred out. And it's kind of like, I mean, it's just like, it's like a guiding light. That's what it was. It was a guiding light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a guiding light with a cash app underneath it.
Workman's comp, you can still draw the money off workman's comp and live in a different state. Yeah, you can move wherever you want, and some doctors will take out of state workman's comp. Some won't. Good luck finding one. My husband, after the Army, he was a paramedic, and he got hurt really bad, and we did end up moving, and we couldn't find anybody to take the workman's comp, but we just used the VA healthcare because he was a vet. So yeah, she could still get the monetary amount for workman's comp being in a different state, but her doctor's visits, I mean, but she did go to the doctor the day Summer went missing. So apparently she found a doctor that would take it.
All right, guys, I'm going to start winding this down. Please subscribe to the channel, hit like, set the reminder. We're going to do a live tomorrow about Sophie Long. We'll probably do another one on Thursday again about Summer because there's something going on all the time. So unless anybody wants to grab the link and come up and chat or has any other questions, then we're going to start winding this down.
When are we doing Sophie tomorrow? Because
I've got to figure out the time because they have court tomorrow. That's why I don't want to do it today. I don't want to do one today and tomorrow.
Okay, because we may be live together.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
If we can keep Noah occupied. Okay, perfect.
Thank you everybody for being here. You guys are the best group ever. I mean, like watching chat and everything, there's very rarely ever a problem. Very rarely. We're here to discuss. And even if we don't agree with each other's opinion, we agree to disagree, right? Tomorrow's another day and we talk again.
Exactly. I'm not in Georgia, Kat. Pippi Longstockings. I'm not in Georgia. I live in Kansas. I'm about, I'm in the southeast corner, or where am I? Southwest corner of Kansas, pretty much. About 2 hours from Tulsa. I had something else. I don't know. Yeah, we walk away and we're friends and we just got stuff off our chest. That's all this is. We don't want bad feelings, period. We're just here to discuss. We all have our own opinions. It is what it is. I'm not here to change anybody's minds. I'm here to voice my opinion. That's it.
Well, and also remember what was said on here on Friday, we don't have a problem with the woman that was on here because obviously she was misinformed, but it has come out that Juanita is not affiliated with any law enforcement, any level, anything. So just as long as we have that part clear today, and we'll probably go further into her in the next show.
All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow. We may be live together. I'm going down to visit tomorrow, me and my son.
All right, guys, you have a great day. Thank you, Kat. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.